Uh, Talk a little bit about the Dairy Security Act and what that can mean for the industry.
Well, what it means for the industry is finally farmers themselves would have a one-on-one in terms of risk management tools. Because the price support program really wasn't a risk management tool. The dairy export incentive program was usually not even implemented by the government. And the MILC was a payout to a farmer when things were, pretty bad, but it created inequity all across the country, and 75% of our volume of milk was not covered by it. So what the Dairy Security Act offers for the first time is a farmer to take responsibility and using an affordable risk management tool to protect their margins, because it's really not about price. Look at milk prices now, but farmers are still suffering because feed costs are so high. So we changed all of that by putting that into the Dairy Security Act. And in addition to that, we created a market stabilization program. That meant if you do want government involvement in the market insurance or margin protection program, you have some responsibility to make sure that when there are times when prices are really not good compared to demand, that there is a mechanism for us to modify that. The good thing is, it all comes with government savings. Our program that we created is going to cause almost 47 million over a 5-year or 10-year period, and almost 130 million over the next 5 years compared to the present programs. That's what this Congress was supposed to be looking at, and yet they failed failed miserably in terms of dealing with it. As bad as the expiration is, let me be clear. The programs that were in there weren't really functioning to begin with. That was the whole purpose of why 3.5 years ago we took on the task of redoing the whole policy system. And we spent, I can't tell you how much time meeting all across the country, grassroots sessions, one-on-one with farmers, all the different organizations that are involved in the dairy industry, and we have a fairly high consensus. And that consensus was that the status quo was not acceptable. So as bad as it was for the Farm Bill to expire on September 30th, which caused the MILC to expire right then and there, our price support program and the Dairy Export Incentive Program, they go until the end of December. All right? But those two programs have been virtually useless. And they haven't really kicked in at all over the last several years. So I think the old adage of getting something is better than nothing in DC, that doesn't apply to this Farm Bill. We believe that there is no alternative B. It's got to be, we've got to pass this Farm Bill, and more importantly, we have to have the Dairy Security Act.